Chapter 1. History is Cool. Hi, I'm Time Talking Ted.
And I'm Mystery Mulling Mona.
And we're the founding members of the Curiosity Club.
I'm the president because I've read all sorts of books about history.
And I'm the vice president because I was the second person to join the club. I haven't read nearly as much as Mona, but I love to learn.
We hope you'll join our club too. You see, we're really curious about how our world got to be the way it is, so we're going on an adventure to find out.
There's lots of cool and exciting stuff that's happened in the past, and we're going to learn all about it.
I'll do the research to find out about the past.
And I'll ask a lot of questions.
We're not going to learn all of history. That would be a little much. So instead, we're going to stop at certain places in history to see what was happening. Think of it as a snapshot of one moment in history. It's not all the details, but it's enough to get a feel for it.
But if you want to know more, I'll leave some suggestions at the end of each chapter of things you can learn more about.
You know, Ted, we should probably introduce ourselves a little better.
And we should probably introduce history, too.
Good idea. I'm Mystery Mulling Mona, and I love mysteries. History is full of mysteries. It's like a big puzzle. You have to put all the pieces together, but sometimes you're missing a piece. I love trying to fit the pieces together and guess what the missing piece is like. I'm a bit of a bookworm, too. I can't help myself. There's so much to learn.
Mona's all big on mysteries, but not me. I like cold, hard facts. I'm called Time Talking Ted for a reason. I like knowing the dates of when things happened. I like putting things in order. I'm also a pretty big fan of military history. History is made up of wars and fightings, and if you know who fought who when, then you know most of history. I like things that are clear. Plus, war is all about logic. Who has the better weapon? How do they position their troops? How do they trick the enemy? It's cold, clear, logical. That's what I like.
Ted, you're missing the best parts of history if you just focus on wars and battles. What about art? Invention, everyday life. There are so many fascinating things out there.
I suppose those things are a little interesting.
If you only think of things other than war as a little interesting, I guess I have to prove you wrong. But first, I better introduce what history even is. History is things that happen in the past.
So what I ate for dinner yesterday and dinosaurs are all part of history.
Technically, yes. But our study of history is going to be a little more focused than that. We're not studying the history of everything. We're studying the history of humans.
So we're not studying dinosaurs?
Nope, we're sticking to humans. Human history can be divided into two big categories, prehistory and history. Prehistory is everything that happened to humans before the invention of writing. History begins when humans start writing.
We really narrowed things down there. No formation of the universe, no dinosaurs, no Pangea, no cavemen. What's left?
There's a lot of exciting things that happened after that. But don't worry, we'll be talking about some things from prehistory, like cavemen. After all, there was some pretty interesting stuff that happened in prehistory. But most of what we're going to be exploring happens after the invention of writing. And it's plenty exciting and mysterious.
I think it's time we introduce the most important part of our club, my timeline.
I wouldn't say it's the most important part.
Yes, it is. My timeline keeps track of everything that happens in history. My timeline keeps things in order and helps us compare when things were happening in different parts of the world. My timeline is pretty fantastic.
Are you going to explain how to use it?
Sure. We live on the right end of my timeline at the beginning of the 2000 CE. That means we live about 2,000 years after our calendar system started counting.
What does this CE mean?
CE stands for Common Era. That's the name of the era we live in. It can also be called AD. AD stands for Anno Domini, which means the year of our Lord in Latin. Our calendar system was created by Christians, so they started counting years from when they believed Jesus Christ was born. CE and AD mean the same thing.
CE dates count forward, so the bigger the number, the closer it is to today?
Yep. 1970 CE is closer to today than 154 CE.
But what about the other side of the timeline?
Things that happened before 1 CE are labeled BCE, which means before Common Era. In the Christian system, these dates are labeled BC, which stands for before Christ.
Why do the numbers get bigger the farther away they get from the CE side of the timeline?
BCE dates count down to the Common Era, so 10 BCE was just 10 years before the Common Era, and 3150 BCE is 3150 years before the Common Era.
So the bigger the BCE number, the longer ago it happened?
Yep, you're getting the hang of my timeline, Mona.
Well, if we understand what history is and how your timeline works, I think we're ready to set off on our venture through history. First stop, early humans.